Good. Okay, can you hear me now? There.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Jen, what topic did you propose?
Yeah, I said we can do Artoya versus Musashi. We could do Coup Alter versus somebody mm, someone like what's her name Artoya Saber. We could do Hercules versus Gilgamesh, but like full power Hercules, and like Gil can't use EA. Uh,
Okay,
you know,
who do you think wins between? Let me think. Who alter before the Holy Grail amp and
Autumn.
Scathach?
that fight happened, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even lying. That fight happened.
Okay, do you
So
think Scathach will power in that fight?
Stahab just lost and got absorbed. So
Yeah, I think Scathach will actually win that fight.
man, she lost already.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think the loss has context though. I think that in that fight that she was holding back to keep Walter from progressing, and Kualter himself just states that like
that don't
um
make sense. Wait,
either
she
blows
held back
hit
to
them
stop from progressing.
Phantom.
stop Ku from progressing. Yeah, Kualter. She's holding
When
back in
when
that fight.
wouldn't that mean she has to use more of her strength to beat him, as opposed to holding back?
No. If she's
Wait,
not directly trying to
before you
kill
guys
him,
get into the
like,
nitty gritty, is this what you guys are gonna be debating?
I mean, we can. I can do it.
Wait, what's the topic? What's the topic?
That's what I'm asking.
You want to do
let
cool?
me see if I have
Now I got it right.
No.
couple answers.
So wait, so Ichi Jin,
Yo,
y'all are going to be doing
What?
pre-Grail Amp Altaria versus Gaha? Or sorry,
Just
Gilgamesh
pre-Grail
versus
amp.
Pre-Grail Epical Alter versus Kaha.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So
All right.
okay, so Jen, why
That
do you
fight
think
did happen.
Kualter strong in this fight?
Yeah. So we see verbatim he just beats her in the 1v1 battle. And I don't know if you know this, but the whole wish for why Coulter was literally made was because what's her name? Merc. She wanted to make somebody who could stand by her but be unequaled. And the wish obviously resulted in Coulter. So if he's supposed to be unequaled by narrative in this route, and like let's call it, he just goes on to beat someone later on. Like it just seems to be the case that he's the strongest.
Okay. Okay, I'll just get on my phone. So, my entire issue with that, Jen, is that let's see, Skyhawk has stated that the Grail has no power over her, so the wish wouldn't apply to her at all. Like even if you do say that he is wished to be the strongest when the arc, it wouldn't apply to her because they didn't have information of her, and that the Holy Grail just has no power over her as a whole. So that just wouldn't apply to her in general. I can like send a statement in general. She just
No, I mean,
states that.
you don't gotta send it. I just think that statement's implying to direct wishes. So if you say, for example, like turn Skaha into a table, is like it wouldn't apply to her. But if you're doing like an indirect wish that like doesn't have to directly affect her, but affect characters in relation to her, I think would apply.
I don't think it would apply because we literally see that the wish was stated to make like Med B an equal, and that would only apply to characters that Med B would have knowledge of. You agree? Or characters they would know would be in the arc.
No, I
Scarhawk is stated to be
disagree.
like a special being that is always alive and like but just a being that is just outside of most singularities. But the only
I,
reason
I
she ended
disagree.
up there is because she died.
I don't think it applies to any the people that what you call it. She knows. I disagree.
Okay, why? It
Why?
would only tie to like the end of singularity because we know there's people stronger than other singularities, and we
Like
know
if
that it's okay. So you agree that Lancer Artoria is stronger in Meta B?
uh Lancer Artoria is strong, maybe why you think that?
Okay, because it's stated that her noble phantasm just has a higher magical power than like any other uh noble phantasm by like degrees, like millions of degrees.
Yeah.
We
So, but
also
I
we
don't.
also
I don't
see
think
a
that.
statement from in
I don't
Camelot where
think
what's his
that.
face?
I don't think that proves she's stronger. Listen, maybe it's not like using her no offensive to fight. She's maybe this is magic. So I don't really see an
Okay,
issue.
so if she uses magic, you do realize that she would like if Lancer Artorias' magical energy factor is like that much higher than ours, it would just be stronger.
No, if she just has magic that eclipses everything in Lancer's arsenal, it would mean
Okay,
that.
why?
Why? I think that's pretty simple to understand. If her magic eclipses everything else into a person's arsenal, she's stronger. That's simple to follow.
Okay, Jen, that doesn't make sense. If her magic eclipses everything in Lancer's arsenal, even though Lancer's magical energy is millions of times higher, her signature
No,
and
no,
her
her,
noble
her noble
phantasm
phantasm.
is
The
millions of
thing
times higher.
noble phantasm is if I still in it, like which like I don't think you can prove it's a million times higher.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I'll get the statement for the phantasm.
but yeah, like I don't really see a problem with the no phantasm being stronger, but the magic eclipsing that.
Let me get it. That's why I put. Mhm. Okay, do you agree that Med B would just have like a higher rank noble phantasm, at least within
I,
the arc
I
she's been
don't I
showing?
don't really care about ranks. Like I'll still man like for any ranks. Like I
A
think my
higher
argument.
rank, like in terms of magical energy.
I mean, sure, man. Like it's fine.
Okay. So, look in general, Gen. It's
Mhm.
stated that Lancer
Hey,
Artoria
Ichi,
has a magical
send me,
energy.
hold on, wait, Ichi, I didn't mean to interrupt, but send the scans from now on, please.
Which one?
Just like any scans further, because you're sending them in general, but there's like a scans channel for it. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Whatever. I just sent in scans. So it stated that Lancer Artoria, using Ryomediad, her magical energy value is over 3 million, and the highest ranked Nova Phantasms has a value of 1,000 to 3,000. And then a Nova Phantasm stated to be a servant's existence as like a whole. So her existence would just have like just a higher degree of magical energy than Medb as a whole.
Yeah, so I don't really think this really goes into my point. I think this is quite fine. I just think it means that the servant takes form through their the weapon, which is fine. You know, since these servants are spirits, right? They need like some type of anchor to appear in the real world for like just like even like in regular stay not right, like their casters have to like summon them and all that stuff, right? So I think this statement can be perfectly fine, and still my argument still follows that like you know Merc can still just have higher magical power, but no Phantasm be weaker. So
I don't think it's just the anchor, because it's stated that servants like no phantasms are literally just their existence as a whole. Like it's the crystallization of their miracle and existence, and it's just like it's said just to be like one with the servant. Like when you're a servant, when you come into the world, you should just have instant knowledge over your noble phantasm. So it's just more than just an anchor. It seems to be just like a part of
you're
your
talking about the
being as a
master and
whole.
servant having
Huh?
instant knowledge. Talking about the master and servant instant
I'm
knowledge.
talking about the servant.
I mean, sure, that's fine. I still don't see the issue with my argument though.
Oh, okay. The reason it attacks the argument is because if this weapon has a magical energy value that is millions of times higher, then Med B's, which you agreed to be a higher ranked Noble Phantasm, she would be stronger. Like just by
Yeah,
far,
I mean, like
millions of
I mean,
times stronger.
Drain's has a strong noble phantasm, but my argument is just that she doesn't specify noble phantasm. She's like purely like a more so like a magical.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she
I'm
just
saying that her magical energy and like her like hacks wouldn't matter because Artori is just this much stronger than her. Like
I
she just like
disagree. Like I
man.
think you'd agree. Like one of like for example, Berserker Hercules, right? One of his main aspects is that like he's dangerous more so because of his 9 lives, his insane brute strength. Sure, he's a good swordsman. He has a strong sword, but that's not what his main dangerous thing is. Like Gilgamesh, like despite having him unarmed right when they fought, and which route was that? I believe that was which route? I believe that was UBA, UBW. That was UBW, right? I believe in UBW, right? After like basically he had Gilgamesh like unarmed, just stuck in his fucking infinite swords. Like he went on to like just fucking flinch, and like Gilgamesh was fucking sweating his ass off. Like, oh my god, like he was unarmed, flinching. Like don't make any sense if you just like literally just unarmed that nigga with his like, sword, right? It was supposed to be like his strongest thing, right? So it's clear that like servants and weapons like really aren't quote unquote 1-to-1. Like it's clear that they can vary depending on what servant or
You
person you
know
are.
that Gilgamesh in that fight he was sweating because Hercules was like near him, and because how do I put this? Gilgamesh, he's let Hercules close in for a second, and Hercules was about to kill him. So that's
But
pretty much
that
why
only
he was
supports
like
my
sweating.
point, though. I
Like
don't see
before
how
that, he didn't really care.
that only supports my point. Yeah. So like, let me get this straight. He's perfectly fine. Of he literally knows that he can body Hercules even with his sword. Like was by your logic his strongest thing.
I
And
don't
like
think
he have him.
wait.
He
I
have more
think
strength.
Gilgamesh uses a Numa Elish, which is his strongest thing. Also, I think in the fight with Gilgamesh and Hercules, Gilgamesh literally slams him using his Noah Phantasm, which is the gates of Babylon. But he thinks that Hercules is dead, so he lets Hercules close in on him. And then last second, Hercules goes to move and he's about to kill him. That's why Gilgamesh sweats. Because he thought Hercules was dead. So this is just like a misprior judgment to for Gilgamesh. Did he die? Uh, uh, did he cut out? Am I cut out?
No,
Shit.
you didn't cut out. I think
No, that's what's dead.
It's that aura.
Ichi, if you
said
lose, you're not invited to the cookout, nigga.
Ichi,
You know what? Kai,
Ichi said, hold up, he's gonna go call.
I'm gonna throw you into a dumpster, nigga.
He's gonna
You better beat this nigga, Ichi.
What? Are
We're
you trying to
counting on
say
you.
Jin is ass? Are you trying to say he's not the GOAT? That's the greatest debater
I'm
of all
trying to
time.
say you should beat him, nigga.
I'm not the greatest debater.
He getting that midnight call. He getting that midnight amp real quick.
I'm back. Okay, so go ahead.
So you didn't hear my point before?
Yeah. I didn't hear your point.
My entire point was that in the fight with Gilgamesh and Hercules, we literally see Gilgamesh uses no phantasm, which is stronger than Hercules, and we literally see it like beat up Hercules, and Gilgamesh thought Hercules was dead, right? Because he wasn't moving or anything. He got close to him, and Hercules goes for a strike, which made Gilgamesh sweat because he thought he was gonna kill him. So it was a prior misjudgment, according to Gilgamesh. Let me read the scans you just sent.
Wait. You go read my scans. I think you actually just conceded, but go ahead, read my scans.
Become a king, a strong one who can stand equal to me. I see if it's a wish upon no way I can pass a bounded field. There's a part of you that somehow felt like a beast. This time I can't. Since a single trace of impurity, I doubt a king of my own. What is this supposed to mean?
Yeah. So basically, like
She's glazing him.
I mean, yeah, you can say she's glazing him, but it's more so the narrative that Cool Alter has built upon himself. Basically, obviously, you know how like ranks and like and like any type of like hierarchy like this go, like the queen and the king are like they literally just outrank everybody else. Like they follow their orders, they clip everybody. So basically, Merc was like, well, I'm like all alone at the top, so I need to call somebody who can actually be on my level. I need somebody who actually has a rank and authority just like me. So make their wish. Here comes Cool Alter. Coulter comes in. Coulter's someone who finally can stand up top of the highest of ranks. He's somebody who is a king among beasts. Beast being any strong fighter, a beast that came
I
into
don't think
existence
it's
was
I
Taha.
don't think that means any strong
Alakazam.
fighter.
Okay.
Because so did you go through this singularity? Just wondering.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you know that it's divided between like the cowboy rebels and like these niggas, right?
What? What's the divide between the Cowboy Rebels and these niggas?
Like the entire singularity. It's like a fight between like two different factions. You agree?
I mean, sure, but like I don't think it like really looking else this on. Sure.
Okay, so it being a fight between different factions means that so when Medb did the wish to become a king to stand equal to her, that would literally just apply to like her faction and like the people within her faction. Because at the time it was stated that America, the singularity they're in, America got like taken over and like the other faction got completely like pushed back, and that they're about to win. So she just wanted somebody to stand equal to her and just be like this person that's just like extremely strong and to represent them.
Yeah,
That's pretty
because
much what
everybody
Stan
was
talking
boring.
about.
That's how like I don't think it only applies to a faction. Like if the reason why I don't think that is because like the whole point is that like she saw life and like nothing like was like ever just satisfying her. So, like,
Yeah,
hence
because
why
no
she
one
wants
in the other faction was as strong
in
as her.
any
We know
faction,
that
her
we
faction,
pushed
the
them
other
back.
faction, like the stories that she read, like nothing was ever satisfying.
Because okay, Jen, you realize at this point in time, America was completely like taken over by like her alone, pretty much. Because
That's fine.
so we know that her entire knowledge is that oh yeah, I need someone to be equal to me to like how do I put it? To be like this representation of my faction. And it's nothing, everything's boring to her because she's pushing back the faction alone. She needed someone to be equal to her, someone to make her feel enjoyment because she was already stronger than everyone else. We see this with Arjuna and like, not Arjuna. We see this with, what's her face? Uh, Nero Bride. She's like, they literally nerf her, they do all this stuff. And to their faction, and they still lose. So we know that it's not just Ku Alter that has this extreme strength; it's also her. So she's finding in like everything boring because she's a strong person. It's like, but this wish wouldn't apply to somebody who wasn't initially within the singularity to begin with.
Yeah, like I don't think it needs to apply to people in singularity. I think it applies to anybody universally. My argument is just that if she just had this like general notion, that like yo, I need someone who can stand at the highest top ranks just like me, right? Just which is the whole narrative, right? And then someone finally does come, someone actually is just like her, and the feats that we see from this person is that like they're unrivaled. They're beating everybody 1v1. No one could take them. Like basically anybody below them is like basically going rivaling the people like the strongest from the other side. Like Arjuna is literally like Arjuna, who's a fucking henchman of like these niggas, is rivaling Karna. Karna being the same person who say who can go equal to Gilgamesh on multiple occasions.
Yeah, but Karna, like Karna's ass compared to Skaha, right?
I disagree. I think Gilgamesh actually cliffs Skaha.
You don't want to get into this Karna shit, nigga, Jen. You don't want to do that, bro.
Nigga. You want to talk
Nah,
about
nah,
Gilgamesh
you don't
versus
want to
fucking
do this.
Skaha? Like, don't do this, bro.
You okay. So you agree Arjuna relative to Karna, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Arjuna used a full power shot on Skaha and he did no damage.
I don't see an issue with that. What's it? Arjuna also has other abilities besides like a fucking bow and arrow. Like he's very good at hand-to-hand combat. We see that when he goes hand-to-hand combat with Karna, despite him not being his specialty, he can still hold his own off, right? So
No, nigga, Jen, I'm about to really cook you with this
I'm
statement,
about to
nigga.
cook you.
I'm
What
really
the
gonna
fuck?
cook you. You're about to get cooked, bro.
I'm
Hold
about to
up,
cook
bro.
you, nigga. What are you talking about?
Hold up, bro. Check scans.
I'm looking at
So
scans,
it
man.
calls Arjuna's strongest attack weak, full might. She has no obligation to answer. Ku Alter pulls up and says, "That woman is too much for you to handle, nigga. That nigga is fucking ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna be cooked."
why can't he be talking at range?
What do you mean at range?
Yeah, we just see that like his bow and arrow attack didn't work. So why can't we talking that range? We know like I'm gonna propose if we know Gilgamesh is our Karna rival and Arjuna in close combat can hold his own against Karna. What it sounds like is that this statement for the most part should be talking about range because range attacks are not guard effective, especially when we just
Like
see
they're in front of each other when this happens, right?
but he shot an arrow at her.
You can shoot an arrow from close up. He does this against Karna.
My point is just that why can't this statement just be talking about his arrows?
I think it would just be his attacks in general. She literally says a full might attack is weak from him. Then Ku Alter, who has information on how strong Arjuna is, states that that woman is too much for you to handle. And Scathach is completely holding back. And then you agree that Ku Alter has this narrative to be the strongest, right?
Yeah.
What he makes a statement on Scathach. She's not someone who would go down so easily. She can handle even 1,000 spears I throw her way. So she's literally at least relative to Ku Alter because she literally states, Ku Alter literally states that he had to die, be ready to die to fight her. That nigga is not relative. You're getting cooked, bro.
Yeah, so he just didn't die fighting her, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He said he'd have to be ready to die to fight her because they both have.
What it seems like is just that if he goes under there underestimating her, like on his trolling shit, he would just lose, right? So he has to take her seriously, which like I think is fine. I'm not saying you're like she's father. I think she's pretty strong, but I think Gilgamesh Gilgamesh still clips her. I think Ku's narrative still clips her, like as we see. And I'm just gonna show you why Gilgamesh actually does clip her, which goes into why this statement should be talking about his arrows, which is just blatantly showing why his arrows don't work, and nothing about the close quarter combat.
Let me get the other statement, bro. She says, Kualter says she's not someone
I just
who'd
want
go
before
down
we
so
go into
easily.
this
She can
point,
handle you
before
with
we go into
1,000
this
spears.
Gilgamesh point, before we go into this
Okay.
Gilgamesh point, I just want to attack what you said about that earlier because I said you contradicted yourself, kinda. You said earlier about your Gilgamesh thing and Berserker. You said verbatim, he misunderstood the situation. If he was just wrong about the situation, that means you're agreeing that like, Gilgamesh at first thought that Berserker was stronger with his weapon, but then he sees that he's not quote unquote as strong with the weapon. He was like wrong about that.
What are we saying, nigga?
You
I
said,
did not
unless
say
I
that.
misheard you,
No.
you said verbatim he misunderstood the situation.
Let me not get bad. Let me not get bad.
All right.
That's
I can ask Midnight. Midnight, like, am I misremembering what he said? Like,
nigga, my entire point earlier
What did you
was
say?
because
bro, did Ichi not say earlier that like Gilgamesh misunderstood the situation against Berserker, or like am I just like misquoting him?
yeah, no, I didn't say it was because of the weapon. I said it was because he would already beaten him up with Gates of Babylon. He already beat up Hercules. So
Yeah, I'm
when he
cool with that.
went to
That's
the
not
next
the point,
one,
bro. My point is that why would he be scared? Already knowing that like Berserker at his strongest can't fuck with him.
bro, he'd be scared because that nigga was right next to him and he was about to off guard him.
Right. That's my point. If he's right next to him, and the only difference is that like he has his weapon, but he's further away versus he has no weapon, but he's closer. That means if distance is lessened, Gilgamesh is like, yo, Berserker actually is a fucking threat up close, right? So what it seems like is that his weapon, like you're trying to say, his own phantasm actually isn't his main driving force. It is more so his expertise and his very divide arsenal at close quarters combat. Hence why I'm saying, people
That's
have a
that's
carry
the
by
varying
weapon.
force. I think okay, Jen. Okay, Jen, this is how it looks, bruh. So let's say you just beat up someone, right? You think they're like dead, you're kinda like you're not completely on guard like you were, and this nigga goes to like punch you in the nuts, nigga. Obviously you'd be fear hacks, nigga. Like that's pretty much what happened here. Like what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I just need you to know, you understand that these people can sense energy, right?
To an extent. I mean,
Right. So
if Gilgamesh thought he was dead here, then he obviously didn't sense any energy coming off of him.
I mean, I just think Gilgamesh thought he was beaten up. I don't think he thought he was dead yet.
He pretty much put down his guard and like he got close to him, like right in front of his face. And
Yeah, I
like
think he was just taunting him. Like we see Gilgamesh is like pretty cocky. I don't think
yeah,
he
he
wants to
usually
like
taunts him from far away though. And in safe, like so he can like still use his gates of Babylon when it noticed. He literally thought this nigga was like completely like cooked. He gets like right next to
Yeah,
this nigga,
that's
starts
why I'm
talking.
telling you. It seems like that.
He's like
It
on
seems
him.
that's what I'm saying. It seems like that Gilgamesh thought that Hercules was at his best with his weapon, and that he basically already thought he wanted to fight. So he stepped up closer to be like, yeah, bitch, your ass, and taunt him. But he misread the situation. Gilgamesh actually doesn't need his weapon to be actually reliable. He's actually pretty
He had his weapon. We was about to kill Gilgamesh.
like literally basically dropped that shit. Like he powered out the fucking chains with his brute strength.
Yes, and he was about to slice this nigga's head, bro. He was about to cook him out. He was about to cook that nigga.
So let me get this straight. His physical body can overpower the chains, and the chains can hard press a sword.
What'd you say?
His physical body can hard press the chains,
Okay.
and those same chains can hard press his sword.
I don't think it's the chains that are hard. Okay, Gate of Babylon. Okay, those are two different noble phantasms. The chains and Gate of Babylon are two different noble phantasms. Gate of Babylon summons like infinite number of phantasms, and the chains are what just like they hold divine beings down. They're two different noble phantasms. That's like four.
I don't think there's a relevant distinction between Gilgamesh's abilities aside from EA.
There is because it's a different noble phantasm. We know that Gates of Babylon summons
I
multiple.
agree to different noble phantasms, I don't know if you know this, but it's just directly stated that the reason why Gilgamesh is powerful aside from EA is because of his immense variety of noble phantasms, right? So what it seems like it's just that in tandem with all his noble phantasms being together except for EA, he seems to be a Hercules level threat, So I just think that you arguing a different phantasm actually doesn't help you. I think it just means that if anything, his abilities are limited more when it's directly stated. With more abilities, he's like Hercules level. He's Berserker level. So
Okay, we
it
see
just
them
seems like that.
contradicting how the fight went.
He used like fucking 50 fucking gates. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and it slammed Hercules. He didn't even use like his strongest no phantasm.
It
He
took,
didn't need to.
okay. I need you to know this, right? I think Gilgamesh with EA, right, for the most part, has the highest AP, right? Besides EA, he's like pretty much just like he's like top tier, right? I don't think the fight contradicts anything. I think the fight actually showcased like a pretty relative thing, you know. When he had like 50, like 20 gates open, Hercules was blocking with his sword, but he was still getting hard pressed, you know. After those swords overwhelmed him, and from like 3 minutes straight attacking from all angles, and his body got pierced and he was stuck. He just overpowered that shit with his main body. Which, like, I don't think it denotes anything. It doesn't contradict anything, bro. I think the same logic is still being applied here.
Hold up. What did you say? Repeat that.
I don't think this contradicts anything. It directly states that all his mobile phantasms, for the most part, make him as strong as Saber and
Do you
Berserk.
think Gilgamesh is stronger than Kukulane?
Like base Kukulin, sure, not cool. Also.
Yeah. Base Kukulane. Okay, you know that Ku was able to fight like Gilgamesh relative for like 3 hours.
I mean, like, I think that's fine. You understand, like, who's the fastest servant, right?
I mean, I don't think that matters too much because we literally your entire point is about like the no phantasms and how he's able to like dodge and like duck and like counter them. Like everyone that fights Gil is able to do that. The fact is Gil still like overpowers you with the no phantasms to like a high.
Whoa. I think we're like kind of crazy here. I mean, you can watch the fight. I posted it earlier. I posted it again for you. I mean, sure, he was like dodging, but like he wasn't like doing like anything like fucking like Neo from the Matrix shit. Like this nigga he was like still stuck in the same
Yes, he's
center.
getting cooked. The entire point is that nigga is getting cooked. Like his
Listen, no, we just have a different interpretation.
Babylon.
Wait, we have a different interpretation. We have this interpretation. I think that Hercules, despite being in the same position, and basically not moving at all, is still holding his own despite being blatantly outgunned, outnumbered, right? As opposed to Ku, who's reputed to be the fastest noble heroic spirit, even in his base form, not even in his fucking ant form that we're having. He's the fastest. This nigga fought Gil for 12 hours straight, as opposed to this nigga who's stronger but much slower, was like 5 minutes, right? So what it seems like is that Ku's speed is what helped him maintain this despite being at an overwhelming disadvantage when it comes to strength and durability.
No, it wasn't the speed. It was battle continuation. But like,
I disagree. How can you prove this?
you know, Ku is able to like serve like nigga. You know,
I'm not saying this.
Wait. Have you wait?
How can you
Jen,
prove that battle continuation is a more likely scenario than this Ku just speed blitzing and being much faster?
Because we see him like still lose the fight. He can't speed blitz Gil. He's just able to like attack the what's it called?
Are you saying Ku can't gas out?
Hmm?
Are you saying Ku can't gas out? He can't run out of stamina?
I mean, yeah, he can, but I don't think he did.
Okay. Why do you think that?
I think he got overpowered eventually.
Okay.
Let me overpower him over time.
Let me get this straight. So the fight lasts for 12 hours. At first, he was basically doing good as shit.
He was doing good at the end. It just overpowered. Like, okay, you agree that Hercules is stronger than Ku, right?
Ichi. All I'm saying is that if we look at the situations, right, in either scenario, what is going to be the constant factor, and what's going to make more sense is that Ku gassed out because the fight lasted much longer, and this makes even more sense if you apply this in a general real life term.
Yeah, I don't think that would matter because Ku also has like protection from arrows. Like ranged attacks would do like
from
just
C rank fucking arrows. See, this nigga Ku is fighting a nigga who has at least 100 gates, who can fire all those phantasms, were just said to go relative with fucking Hercules, which is clearly not no fucking C rank servant. Are we lost here? Are we lost?
Nigga. Are you okay, Jen? How do I put this? So, Jen, he has protection from arrows. He has a speed factor. And he's also a divine servant. You know that, right?
C rank arrows. Do you think
his protection from arrows rank doesn't matter
because Berserker is not no fucking C rank class servant when it comes to strength. He's directly A class, I'm pretty sure. Right? B at the bare minimum. And if guess what? It stated that this nigga Gilgamesh has all his weapons in tandem. Just anything in the most part from what we're seeing are just like, okay, this nigga can press him. He's equal. He's on level with Saber and him, who are directly A-class strength servants. What it sounds like is that he's stemming A-class strength level Phantasm directly. So that fucking protection shit does not matter.
You got zoned out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Gilgamesh's move is too high for arrows to work.
Oh, okay. You should have said that to begin with. You didn't need to go on a tangent. You could have just said that. Okay, so you're saying that the no phantasms he's using is just like the ranks are just massively high. I don't think that's true because we literally see Hercules. He doesn't have this ability. You agree? He doesn't have protection for arrows.
Yes.
Okay, he doesn't have that. So the no phantasms, if they hit him, they probably just pierce his skin, they cook him. Like he doesn't have that ability. So we know that Cuchulainn has this ability. He has protection of arrows. He's stated to be the fastest servant, but we still see Gilgamesh overpower this nigga over time. I don't think it's just because he gassed out. I think it's like it could be both. It could be him gassing out in speed. It could also be him overpowering him in strength. Because we know that those phantasms are like to this higher degree of strength where they do pierce Hercules and they do harm Hercules.
Yeah,
so it would just be both.
For one, like if it is both, that means you do directly agree that one of the main causes for why he is even getting tagged in the first place is because of his speed decreasing because of stamina. And secondly, I don't know if you know this, but we directly see that like Ku, like he's like his base Ku is so weak, man. Like his main asset is his speed.
He's not weak. What are we saying?
Bro,
Jin.
you saw Artoria when she had the invisible sword, right? This is one of her weakest forms. Shiro served invisible sword, and he was losing the classes.
He literally almost killed her. He said, "Gay bug." Hit her. She almost
Gay bug. That's
died,
my point.
nigga.
Gay bug. That's my point. It's Gay bug. He is dangerous because of his speed, and if he locks in and wants to throw Gay bug, it's basically a guaranteed death. Besides that, when I argue some blatant hand-to-hand combat shit, he will get overpowered in clashes. We see that when he fights Artoria, and she's in her weakest state ever. Invisible sword and Shiro's ass at the time, right? He literally is losing the clashes. He
was holding back.
He was only holding back in speed, man.
What?
Yes.
What? What? Again. Nigga, are you making this point? Actually, you think he's holding back only in speed?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you agree that Ku fights Archer, right? Like he fights Archer like earlier, and then he just goes relative with Archer.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
Okay. That same Ku fights Artoria and is getting overpowered, right?
I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. You know, Ku later in Stay Night fights Archer again, and it's like a graze. If a graze hit Archer, it would kill him.
I mean, I think that's fine. I think for most part, like most of these servants can kill each other if they ever get like a clean strike off. Like I don't see an issue.
Okay. That's not a clean strike. Nigga said a graze would kill that nigga. Not a clean nigga. This nigga Archer was like, oh yeah, this nigga was beating my ass. He really killed me. Like the same nigga that was going relative to Archer later on, he's like, oh yeah, this nigga, like if he touches me, nigga, I'm fucking dead. Like, nigga, it's obviously AP and speed because we see him do feats later on. That's crazy, nigga. Like he throws his spear and it breaks through like almost every layer of Rodias.
Bro, I don't know. We're talking about like his base spear. Like I don't know why I keep bringing up Gaybug. That's like blatantly that's like certain death rolls.
No. I'm saying that he's holding back in general. One, he's not using the full extent of Gaybug. Two, we literally see him go relative with Archer. The same Archer gets like, nigga, Artoria hits this nigga. He's like, he's like pretty much crying, nigga. Archer's ass. Like we both know Archer's fucking ass. And then later on, we see Ku fight. What's his face? We see Ku fight Archer, and it stayed like that nigga touches him, he's fucking dead. So both aspects are getting held back.
Yeah, if he touches him, like I said, I think it seems like that if Ku ever got a clean hit, especially with this overlapping speed gap, it's gonna be certain death. Like he's gonna go for the heart of the head. Like that's what it just seems like to me, man.
No, nigga. I said the statement literally says if that nigga grazes that nigga, he's cooked. Like that nigga is bad.
Statement. You can post
Yeah, let me go get the statement real quick.
But here's the like this man is not no fucking goat, bro.
Nigga, that's your goat. What do you mean that's not a goat? You're standing him.
I mean, yeah, I stand him, but like the argument is just not good for people who stand him for all, bro. Not consistent with the series and what's shown, bro.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Niggas are really ODing on June. This is bad.
Yeah, like I posted a statement. It directly says there's nothing binding Lancer, who is now forced to fight the fat. Like what it seems like is that like what he was stated the whole back end is just like, yeah, sure, don't kill him, which implies like don't throw a gay ball with his like blatantly 100% death hacks rate, but also just hold back your speed, bro. Like they're directly saying that now he's the fastest speed.
Let me find a server. You sent it? Let's see. Let's a force of magic energy so strong it's visible, and each of the girls' blows a terrible amount of the outrageous amount of magic energy is penetrating the opponent's weapons just by touching. Such a thing it must take such force to block. If you think of Lance's accurate sniper rifle, the blows of this girl like a powerful shotgun. Every time the girl swings, the yard is filled with light.
Yeah, it even supports my point. What you said about the gray shit. If Ku's whole point is that he's very accurate and precise, and a Graze, that just means that this Graze can be accurate and precise, and he'll just piss the heart. Like it just seems like that. Like because Ku is much faster, he can utilize his precision much more effectively here in this battle against Archer for a second time. So I just think that like my point becomes much more likely as we continue
Based off of the speed?
based off the speed, yeah.
Hold up a sec. Let me get the statement. I really gotta go into the lab for this, huh?
Ichi, I thought you were on a low tier, bro. What happened?
What do you mean?
I thought you were on a low tier, bro.
I wasn't? No, I'm the GOAT. I'm the best low tier. Let's talk about it.
I don't know. Get a gene,
Oh,
that'd
this
be like.
nigga voice frying me, yo.
When it comes to being a low tier, no one's better than me.
Nah, get a gene kind of beating you up
your
right now.
ass, nigga.
You be prepared. I want to introduce you to the Patriot Power Generator.
Bro, turn that TV off, bro.
I cannot turn shit off, nigga. That is not mine.
Nigga.
Let me see.
Nigga.
Where the fuck is this shit, bruh? Damn, I hate you lab niggas. You talk too much.
Nigga.
Get your solar generator and free panel at 4 Patriot.
Wait, say nigga again real quick.
Nigga.
Now, what's still amazing, they have it. They have it. I get so many.
Run it up.
And I feel very confident and beautiful. They're definitely.
Ooh, snaps the fuck Archer. And you find a statement.
And his whole outfit, one stop shop. I'm a fan. You know, first purchase at Plymouth.com.
I'm not looking for that shit in the lab. Okay, so you're saying he's holding back in just speed? Don't think that's true. Well, I mean, besides gay bull, I mean that's fine. So where does this point lead back to?
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, what this point stems back to is just the fact that Berserker is it's just more so the point that like people are considered more dangerous and more versatile. The strongest thing is outside an old phantasm. This is blatantly showcased with Ku, with his speed and his precision.
Okay, they're the strongest thing besides their no. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
That contradicts your later point then, because you said that Ku's strongest thing is his Nova Phantasm.
It's not what I said, but it's cool, bro.
No, you literally said that because you said, "Oh yeah, in base he's doing this, but with his Nova Phantasm, he just one shot Archer. Like this nigga, he'd hit someone, it would just slam him. Like nigga,
Yeah, like
Nova Phantasm would also be stronger.
I used your point. You argued that his precision, like if he grazed him, he'll kill him or whatever. I'm arguing that because
No, I never argued that. I just said he has like just less AP. in that
Bro,
fight. He's not
you said
trying to
verbatim
kill him.
earlier. You said verbatim earlier. Archer said that even with the slightest graze, he's gonna killed.
Yes, that's because his AP is higher. It's just that much higher.
I mean, you can interpret that way. I just disagree. I think what's the correct interpretation is that because Ku is much faster as opposed to earlier, he can utilize his precision when his greatest factors when it comes to battle, not his strength. When it comes to strength, he's the weaker end. He's on the weaker end.
Nigga, if it's a Graze doing it, then
Bro,
it wouldn't be precision. It would have to be AP. Because
Okay.
he's not like attacking a vital point. It's just grazing him. He's just saying, oh yeah, if it's gonna like here now, that would hurt him.
We're disagreeing. I'm saying grazing like because he's faster. If Archer makes a wrong move and like goes all in, Ku's gonna speak, he's gonna dodge it, and he's gonna graze his heart and puncture someone. And because that is a vital area, he's just gonna die. He's gonna die over time. As opposed to if you're like, oh my, he slightly touched my arm, like that's not doing anything. Like I think it's clear that it's referring to him grazing vital parts of his body.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, you agree earlier that we see in earlier fight with Ku and Archer that when they clash, that they're going like extremely relative, but we see that in the later fight with Ku and Archer, we see Ku just blatantly just overpowering him. Like he's faster, he's hitting him harder. Like Archer has to like lock in more. Like he's just getting beat up, nigga. You agree?
I don't agree with hitting him harder, but I do agree that he's getting pressed more.
So I don't think it's just speed pressing him. He would have to put in more force because we did see Archer also just still. I mean, Archer being able to keep up with speed because he has precognition. You agree?
I mean, it's more so he knows how he fights, but sure.
I don't think it's just know how he fights. It's stated that Archer like has this like mind's eye too.
It's fine. It's cool. I'm still just saying that like it's just like he's only doing good now, even despite the max speed difference because like the knowledge that he has. Without that knowledge,
think it's just the knowledge. I think, well, I mean, it can be his knowledge. Fine, he's doing this good, but I think that Ku's also just hitting him harder, so it's harder for him to block. And do you agree that if he has more speed, he's putting in more force with each attack because the speed would just accelerate him, therefore giving more.
No, not inherently. I think
this initially.
I think you could maybe argue it, but not inherently. No. Not inherently, no.
What do you mean not inherently? So, wait, Jen. If I punch you at like the slowest possibly, it's not going to do any damage. But if like I punch you like really fast, it's going to do significantly more damage.
Yeah,
he's using more speed. So he has to hit him harder.
But like I don't think you can prove that. Like for example, like there's some cases where the force equation doesn't work, right? That's for one.
Okay,
Secondly,
why would this be one?
Well, it's directly stated that I posted a statement earlier for what Ku has stated to hold back. So strength was not an aspect of it. So
it would have to be an well. I'm not saying strength is. Hold on. I'm saying this, Jen. If he's holding back in speed, then his force would go down.
This is presupposing. This is presupposing that fate operates universally with the force equation.
I'm not saying it operates universally. I'm saying that it would be operating here.
Yeah,
there's no reason to say it wouldn't.
I know, but I'm saying that if you agree there's cases where the force equation doesn't operate, that means we're not only we're equal interpretation, but I have a statement directly states that.
No, I'm saying it would be operating here, but the situation we have where it doesn't operate are like niggas that are like divine spirits that are like just like conceptual, or we have shit like void shiki, which is literally the root nigga. We have that type of shit. Like obviously the physics won't apply to them, but we see servants they make spiritual bodies, and they use their spirits to make physical bodies. You agree? You're like they are physical. They can interact with physical beings. You know.
I mean, they're physical to some extent, but they are still.
So I think it would apply.
Did you hear me? They're spiritual to some extent.
No. They're like, how do I put this? What? When you become like a servant, use like spiritual matter to make like a physical body or some shit like that. I don't remember the exact conversion, but it's just something like that.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is that if the statement implies that only the only thing was being held back was speed, and then whatchamacallit that you agreed earlier that like it's not universal. Well, I just think that you don't have a clear enough reason to even try to apply the force equation here, especially if I'm just arguing that servants directly share not only both servants not only directly share physical traits, but they also share spiritual traits as well. what it seems like is that they're not operating fully 1-to-1. If they're not operating fully 1-to-1, I don't think you I just don't think you're hard pressed to prove this point, bro. Like you don't have a good enough reason. Like I'll tell you.
This score is cooking me, nigga. Oh my god, Discord cooked me. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. So what did you say?
Hold up. Okay. So what I said is just that if we have a statement suggesting that the only thing that's being held back was his speed. Secondly, we just know that servants share traits, spiritual and physical. I just think you're hard pressed to prove it's 1-to-1 in the sense to where you think that the speed formula is going to, the force equation is going to apply in every scenario, no matter what, when it comes to physical bodies. I think that's not true. I think there's numerous statements of servants being spiritual, as well as also operating as obviously physical people because they can take non-sure. But it just seems like it's that because it's spiritual as well, to even apply the first equation works. If they get faster and faster, I think it's crazy. I think maybe they can also just stop at some speed threshold. Because that does not stop at a certain speed threshold. So.
Therefore, the speed occasion not.
Not only two aspects, but also in real life, the force equation also stops at a certain speed too. Okay, so it's really hard to prove a point.
What do you mean in real life? Well, I don't hear like
light speed force equation stops working, bro.
That light has no mass, therefore there is no equation.
Okay, like that's my. I don't think that really looks my point, but sure.
Jen, are you dumb?
I'm not dumb, like Ichi. My point is that
do you know what the force equation is?
I know what the force equation is, Ichi. My point is that these characters, right, even in real life, it's shown the force equation isn't universal with speed tiers, right? Obviously, during certain fictions, depending on like how the verse works, even past light speed, the force equation still apply, right? But here in Fate, where these people not only like the light speed thing could be a problem, but they are both spiritual and physical in nature. You would be hard pressed to prove that the force equation.
Jen. The light doesn't work in real life because the force equation is mass times acceleration.
I
Light
understand the force equation is, bro.
has no mass.
Bro, Ichi, I said verbatim, if things move at light speed, the equation stops working.
Fate characters have mass. Are you autistic?
Bro, you just don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, so wait. You agree that physical objects have mass?
Ichi, I'm gonna say it for you very slowly. In real life, the force equation stops working for objects that are at light speed.
The only thing at light speed is light, nigga.
Oh my god. You mean like Ichi?
No, nigga. No, oh my god. Light is the only thing that has no mass. Are you stupid? Like Jen, are you insane, nigga?
Ichi, you said it earlier. When objects reach light speed, mass becomes stops working in real life.
No, light doesn't have no mass because it's light speed. It has no mass because it's made of photons. Photons have no mass, nigga. It's not the speed. It's because they have no mass. It's not the speed. It's because photons itself fundamentally just don't have mass. It's just not a speed thing. Nigga, are you stupid, nigga? Like Jen. Do you realize that in Fate, niggas that move at light speed, we see them crash into things. They clearly have mass.
That's not the point, Ichi. My point is that they also have spiritual properties as well. My point that I'm making for you is that we have these real life terms that show us that it's not universal. we have these fictional terms that show it's not universal. It depends on the verse, right? So if I show a consistent amount of evidence, but that showcases spiritual properties, you'd be hard pressed to prove the force equation is working here, especially when it's a direct statement saying that
I
truth
know
is
your
not
entire
realistic.
point is it's hard pressed to prove, but I'm saying this, Jen. I'm saying that in Fate, we see these characters crash into things. We see servants do these like many things. We see every time they move faster, we see them crash harder into things. We know the force mass equation is working here because these characters do have mass, even though they do have spiritual properties. You agree? Because if they didn't have mass, if they run into something, there would be no crash. It would be like throwing a pillow at a wall, nigga. It just wouldn't do anything. Like, we literally see him crash, more force comes out. We see Ku run into niggas and hit him extremely hard. It was like press him back. We see this with Hercules too. Like, he runs into Saber and he just hits her with more force, nigga. Like, obviously the force equation works here because they have mass and they do have acceleration, even though they have the spiritual aspects. The aspects in Fates where it doesn't apply to would just be these niggas that are like conceptual, or like these niggas that are like everything, like the root type niggas, the people that are just beyond dimensional physics as a whole. Like divine spirits, they're stated to be like higher dimensional concepts. I mean, it would just be entirely different here.
Yeah, I'll say it again. I don't think my position is it doesn't have to fully disagree with yours. My whole point is that it doesn't have to be universal. It can work up to a certain extent. So you arguing like at certain times they pick up speed and they produce more force. Like that's fine. That's cool. Like that's fine. I don't see an issue with that. Like and also just like if I want to argue against it, I could say like they use mana to strengthen themselves as well, right? So that force can contribute to mana as opposed to what you call it.
Jen, my
Higher speed,
entire
but it's
point,
cool, bro.
what we see here with Kukulane and like the normal servants that we see within Fate Stay Night, we literally see them accelerate and hit niggas harder. We see this with Hercules. We see this with Kukulane himself. Like, he goes to run, he throws gay bug at niggas. That shit, it hits Roy Ayas and almost tears it apart, bruh.
That's not
So we
what
know
is
it
wrong with
applies
you.
to
Like
these niggas.
what? No,
Even
no,
if it's
no.
not
First of
universal, we can
you're
say it
wrong, bro.
applies to here.
Bro, you're crazy. You're crazy. The reason why Ku's gay ball has so much force when he throws it is because he literally uses all his mana and he pours it in there and it gets like a fucking mental amp and it changes from like C to fucking
Nigga,
H.
how does a spear get in mental amp?
Bro, I'm obviously using flowery wording. My point to description is that he amps it so much with just like he's like it's like a binding power. He's like, okay, I'm going to use all my mana for this day, and in exchange, like you just become EX and just pierce through everything. That's literally the exchange. It's nothing about like I speed up. Like no. Also, like, what are you talking about the berserker thing? It never happens, bro. Like you're insane.
We literally see it, bro. So in the fight with Saber and Hercules, we don't see Berserker run to Saber and hits this nigga, then almost topples her, bro. No, like he runs up there, he punches her, she goes fucking flying, nigga.
I just think
Like,
that Saber was weaker than Hercules there, which is stated. Like when she gets a better
nigga,
master,
I'm saying that when he runs, there's more force behind the punch. If he
the
obviously sat there and just like tapped her, it wouldn't do anything. We see this many
yeah,
times within Fate.
I'm saying that he is stronger than her. That's why
I'm saying
that
he's
force.
stronger than her, and the speed makes it so the force that he already has hits her even harder.
Yeah, see, that's what's in contention right now. So I just don't think you can prove that, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's in contention. I'm saying that from what we see in the scene, and you agreeing to like servants when they run into walls, they have like this mass, and we do see them when they run into walls. That it does do more force than if they like just barely walked into a wall or whatever. We see them like get thrown into walls or accelerate into a wall. We see the force of the impact. So we know regular servants or servants in Fate Stay Night at least have the force exchange. It's just a show, nigga. At least in Fate Stay Night. Maybe it wouldn't apply to like Fate Grand Order because they're like outside of time or whatever. And Stay Night, when they're inside of like normal linear time, it would apply. Or at least normal space and time.
Yeah, so I still don't. I just think you're waffling here. My main point is that the reason why she's getting overpowered and pushed back this force even being applied is because at that point in time in the series, she's literally just not on his level, like stated. She's literally only said to be on his level after she gets a better master, which is Ren, or after Shiro himself has become stronger. So it's really not a topic here. Your point's like very misleading.
You know what, Jen? I don't think I was able to show this point We can go to a different point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I have to go. Actually, I'm gonna go over my win con real quick. My entire win con is that Scathach would just how do I put this? He would just beat the shit out of him because in the fight with Kukulane Alter, she was holding back, not willing to kill this nigga at all. She was losing yet less strength. Just it was just like trying to keep him busy. To be honest,
Why do you think she was trying to keep him busy? Like, why do you think she wasn't going all out?
because it was just blatantly stated that like she just wasn't trying, and in that fight, she was just needed like to keep him at bay for the time.
What statement are you referring to?
Hold on, let me get it. When the fuck does this fight happen?
It's our imagination. And then God came along. As we're looking at us,
She probably went through the arc. You probably know what I'm talking. I'm talking about like right before she goes to fight Q Alter.
I've never seen a statement that says she held back against him.
And she's talking to Ritsuka and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go and hold him back. I'm not gonna like directly try to kill him." And like right before Ku uses his killing attack on Scathach, she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna like keep you in the Shadow Realm, just so you can't reach them or whatever." It's just that.
What it sounds like is that she lost and that was the last ditch effort.
No, I don't think that's true. I think it's because she didn't really need him to die at that moment because she knew she couldn't kill him because of the Grail at the time.
The Grail just make him stronger. So
Yeah. The Grail would just make him strong. Yeah. I'm saying this is before he gets hit by the Grail, so she knows that the Grail would overpower
I need
him.
to understand this. I need to understand this. You're talking when he absorbs the Grail. Like he doesn't absorb the Grail until later in the arc.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm saying that Scathach doesn't go full power and just tries to hold him back because she knows that she can't kill him because the Grail would amp him.
That makes no sense. The Grail wasn't amping him until after the fight. He didn't absorb it until after.
No. I don't think it would be after fight because remember he has the Grail in this fight.
He never absorbed it until after.
Yeah. I'm saying he still has it. Like he can still use the Grail and absorb it. Like he does this mid fight. Like he just takes the Grail and just absorbs that shit.
Absorb the Grail mid fight. Show me this.
Nigga, I'm talking about at the end of the arc when they're fighting him and he just takes the Grail in himself and the Grail just starts overpowering, just powering him up.
I know, but what I'm telling you, Ichi, is that him having the Grail and him absorbing the Grail are two different things. He never once pulls the Grail out in the fight from what we see, and it's never stated that he pulls it out and absorbs it. Even by Scathach's own word when the battle is ending. What he says or how he defeated her is that he just used an attack that he has that's new. He outskilled her, basically overpowered her, and she lost. She lost 90% of her body.
I don't think that's true because, okay, so you agree that she didn't use the full power to Shadow Realm on him.
I think she lost, so that never would have worked anyway.
That's not true because she literally said she's just keeping him in it just to like hold him to just buy time. She just keeps him to
he can't win. That's my point. If she already saw in a physical contest, they're equal at her best, and then she's losing at his best. The only thing she can do is BFR, and then he breaks down. And he wins anyway.
No. Okay, you realize her BFR does more aspects than just like keeping you in it, right?
He broke out.
He didn't break out. What?
Okay.
She got slammed. She got like one shots. That's why he got out. He didn't like break out.
All right, so he broke out. All right, that's all.
No. That's not even true at all. She literally died because she used a move that she had never seen before, and it like ripped out her organs.
Okay, so he broke out by killing her. That's fine. I don't see an issue.
And okay, so Jen, my entire point is that when using the Shadow Realm, she didn't use the full extent of the Shadow Realm. We know that because it didn't luck check him.
What if he's just too strong to do it? We know that bounded fields don't work on him because of just the wish that Merkaba made.
What doesn't work on him?
Bounded fields.
Bounded fields is the Shadow Realm is a bounded field.
That's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is that certain abilities that servants has do not work on them because of the wish, and because of that, like hacks things, like you know how bounded fields have hacks and basically like guaranteed stuff like domains. All I'm pausing here is that okay, even if he gets BFR and this BFR plays a hacks on him, I just don't think it will work because the wish. I've seen he's going to get moved to a different place and he's going to fight you still.
Okay. The bounded fields don't work on him because he's stronger than them. You know that, right?
No, the bounded
He's
field doesn't
stronger
work.
because of the grail.
No, the bounded field doesn't work because of the wish, like it stated.
Can you send a statement?
Yeah.
Will lead to. I have an urgent message for the majority of Americans who, like me, are in the political middle. John McCain.
So here you go. Certain abilities just doesn't work on him because of the wish, bro. So I just don't think like the BFR thing will work anyway. Hence why like he can still beat her up even while in the BFR.
Oh, bro, Jen. Did you not read the scan?
I read the scan.
I got stun locked for a second. Hold up. Nigga, you know in the first scan? Then what's this strength? You're in Nero's bounded field. Oh, I see. If it's a wish upon the grail, it's no wonder he can surpass the bounded field. He's stronger than it. Are
Yeah.
you
I don't know if
reading?
you know this, like the argument is quite simple. The wish from the Holy Grail allows him to bypass abilities gifted to certain abilities that either no phantasm has, bounded fields, you know, this BFR thing. Hence why when these abilities are used on him, the best thing to go for is just damage happening and nothing about the ability.
So you're saying that the witch makes it so that his ability gets nullified?
Yes.
Okay. My entire point is I interpret it differently. I'm saying that it's the strength. The wish grants him such strength that the ability wouldn't work. It's not like the grail like protecting him. It's just the wish was made, therefore it correlates to the strength of him being so strong that the hacks wouldn't work. That's my entire point. It's like Goku, nigga.
Yeah. We look at it differently. I think regardless, we're still gonna be the agreed upon thing. It's just that if Ku is stronger than you, abilities won't work. I think I've already proved like just narratively Ku is supposed to be the strongest.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So if you prove that, I'll say this. I'll say that I think Scathach is relative to Ku. I think that we see the BFR work on Ku. He gets out because he kills Scathach, but he still gets trapped in it. So I'm saying that the Shadow Realm would just luck check him, instantly kill him, because he doesn't have the required luck to get out of it. And we see that the Shadow Field does put him in it and keep him there. Only reason he got out, obviously.
I think we already talked about this. Like Ku at his strongest has an attack that two-shot Scathach.
Yeah, 2 shots. I'm saying that she would still be alive. Wait. I'm saying that she'd still be alive in the Shadow Realm, and the Shadow Realm would just kill him. Like the instant, like okay, do you realize?
That makes
Okay,
Ichi. You said earlier. You said earlier. Abilities will not work on him. Like hacks abilities will not work on him if he's stronger than a character. You just now agreed. He has an
but
ability.
who says that he's relative to her?
So he's stronger than her. Like,
No. This is wait. This is an entire ability that's outside of just strength. This is like a hacks ability.
Bro, every ability in Fate requires mana.
Jen, I'm saying this right. Ku Alter states that they are relative. We see that they are relative within the fight. They are going relative. Their spears are clashing. They're doing these things. This one ability that Scathach wasn't ready for pretty much one-shots her. She was pretty much off guard because she didn't know about the ability. Scathach's abilities work on Ku Alter because we see Scathach BFR her. So we know they have to be at least relative, or she wouldn't be able to BFR.
Listen. You are going look by this logic, right? Nero's ability should have worked because he's inside the bounded field. It didn't work, right? So just because he got pulled into a BFR, this doesn't mean that the properties of it is going to work, right?
The bounded field isn't a BFR. It's like a domain. It's like it doesn't actually rewrite reality. It's just there.
What I'm trying to go through your mind is that the ability and the properties of the ability are two different things, right? I'm saying by your logic, him just being in it means that it quote unquote works. That's not true. Like that's like me saying walking into a door means that I'm now affected by the smell inside the house. That's no.
Nigga, that's like willingly walking to the door. By the way, I'm saying that she literally is able to force.
Even if you get pushed into the door, my same analogy applies. Like that doesn't mean you're
Okay,
affected by the house.
Jen. I'll like give more support to why Scathach's abilities work. You realize that when she hits him with her spear, it's still able to death hacks him. It like damages him heavily, and he has to regenerate from it.
Again, like that's not what happens. Like death hacks is not like what's the issue here. The reason he regenerates is because his arm broke. Like he can't fight one arm. Like I said.
Let me get the statement. Hold on.
Only Force does.
Where is it? No, where's death?
Treat women seeking healthcare like they're the ones breaking the law.
Where are we? We're in this server.
Legislation that would actually help Americans.
Okay. So this is what happened in the fight. It stated that have you been repairing it with ruin spells as you throw your spear, pretty much? You're not waiting until the destruction ends to begin regenerating, unlike me. You're regenerating while it's being destroyed. So, you know that the paths, when they trace, they're both using gay bug and the aspect of it giving you a curse and the causality manipulation. You agree they're using that, right?
No.
Why?
Again, like I already said, the way gay bug works is if you use that certain ability, it's like a trade-off. Use all your mana for the day, you can use it again. So what I think here is
nigga. That's for the throwing one. This is for like the heart spear. She can use it multiple times.
So, again, like all I'm arguing here is just that they're just throwing to that full power, not like using the death hacks.
I don't think that's true.
Okay, bro.
Because we literally stated that they're like taking like the same angle and they're like, and the death hacks is being used. Let me get the statement. Hold up.
Right. We're all these topics. The Democrats have been very successful entire midterm elections in 2022, and now
we both posted the same scan, nigga.
Harris had already made her own.
Hear it? I'm gonna touch you, nigga. That's all what you said. It says both claim to deliver fatal blows while at the same time evading them. With different no phantoms, this would have ended in death, not a draw. But both are no phantasm or forbidden magical sphere. Both thorns of death trace identical paths and clash. A curious phenomenon, one that may never occur again. Hear it? I saw what you did in chat, nigga. That made me get diddy. Yeah, it's low-key implied that they are using the death hacks because it's literally stating like they're thorns of death tracing the same path. Both claim to deliver fatal blows. So they're like, I guess they are using the causality manipulation here, and they're tracing the same path. Therefore, it leads to them canceling each other out. So when it hits Kukulane, the causality, like the death hacks is affecting him. He's just regenerating it, like right then, right as it starts. So we know they're relative enough to where the hacks on each other works. We see this throughout the fight. Ku himself even states that, like, he has to be ready to die to beat her. So it's just shown multiple times they're at least relative. He just has an ability that just off guarded her at that moment.
So yeah, I don't think this statement actually goes against my interpretation. I think I can use the my interpretation too, bro.
I don't think that's true. If you think that, we go to conclusions. Conclude. What's your win con?
Yeah, I always kind of said like he's gonna do what he did against the killer. Bro. Yeah.
He's gonna like use the attack. Okay, so my entire win con would be just since this is like a hypothetical where I guess she'd have knowledge. She would know about the attack, be wary of it. She would just throw him into the shadow realm. Luck check him instantly. That would just instantly kill him. If that doesn't work, they go back and forth. I think that Scathach would be just more willing to kill and would just at the start of the fight just try to kill that nigga instantly, rather than just try to keep him back and hold him back so he doesn't get to the rest of the faction. So she would just be massively stronger than she was before, at least. Because she's actually willing to like just slam this nigga rather than just buying time. Because the entire narrative of her thing was just buying time for back to escape or get the beam. That's my one card. You stop. Jen, I'm not gonna lie, I gassed out after the first point.
I did too, bro. I was like, oh, fuck it, bro.
Who's gonna stop the wreck?
I'm gonna stop.
Reggie, do your job.
Shit, not that. Is it this? Oh my god, we're cooked.